I still can't believe that the Bears somehow managed to land both Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze. What's up, guys? Swift here covering everything Chicago Bears, and I'm recapping this weekend and just wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about the draft. The Bears added 20 players total this weekend. Speaking of that, there was one more rookie minicamp invite to announce: Albany linebacker Brian Abraham, a speedy special teams prospect who ran a 4.62 40 at 6 foot 4.5, 229 pounds. He's extremely athletic, scoring a 9.15 on his RAS score. Good luck, Brian Adams, and welcome to the squad. Okay, back to it. I still just cannot believe that we landed both Rome Odunze and Caleb Williams, two of the best three players in the entire draft, a franchise quarterback and a number one receiver. We've been looking for both of those my entire life. Everyone has talked all offseason about how much we needed a new QB, but what about getting him a brand new number one target as well? Just think about it. Before we got DJ Moore, we'd been searching almost a decade for a wide receiver number one. Now we not only have three guys who would have been considered our wide receiver one when Poles took the job, but we also have a franchise quarterback and a wide receiver one that can come in together, grow together, and build chemistry from day one. Actually, they've already been working on their chemistry. They met up with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen in Cali and actually worked out a bit together at USC. Caleb and Rome Odunze then also played some flag football and then would travel together to the NFL draft. And then after both would become Chicago Bears, they connected backstage and talked about how this was a LeBron and D Wade type of team up, clearly happy to be teammates, and then even traveled to Chicago together. From Cali to Detroit to Chicago, Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze have been building their chemistry this entire time. They both had introductory press conferences at Hallis Hall, and something else really cool happened. Caleb stayed after his presser and hung out for Rome Odunze's press conference, just like he did at the NFL Combine for his teammate Brendan Rice. Caleb's personality continues to grow on me. He hasn't even been our QB for a week, and he already created the bear claw hand gesture and posed with Rome Odunze doing it. It's already becoming a thing. He just keeps growing on me. But the point is, we needed a wide receiver. Our history of wideouts has been almost as bad as our luck with quarterbacks. Our career receiving leader is Johnny Morris with 5,059 yards. DJ Moore has 6,565 yards, and Keenan Allen has over 10,500 career receiving yards. Both would have smashed the Bears' record, and both have put up enough stats to be the Bears' all-time receiving leader already. The problem is they did it with teams other than the Bears. Keenan Allen's 10,530 receiving yards and 59 touchdowns all came as a member of the Chargers. And DJ Moore so far only has 1,364 yards as a Bear. This is a team that historically has not had big-time receivers, and now all of a sudden we do. Look at our single season records. Before DJ Moore, it had been since Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey since we had a big-time receiver. And those guys didn't last here very long. Only 7 times in Bears history have they had a receiver go over 1,200 yards. And one of those times was DJ Moore last year. But think about this. All 3 of our top receivers had over 1,200 yards last year. Keenan Allen had 1,243 receiving yards. DJ Moore had 1,364 receiving yards. And Rome Odunze, in less games in college, had 1,640 receiving yards. All 3 of these guys had over 1,200 yards last year. The Bears have only had 6 receivers in history go over 1,200 yards. Brandon Marshall did it twice. And now they're going to have 3 receivers on the roster that accomplished that feat just last season. It's kind of mind-blowing to think about it. If you haven't seen Caleb Williams' reaction to being drafted, it's a must-watch. All of our draft picks really wanted to be Chicago Bears, but seeing how happy Caleb and Rome Odunze were together has me ready to run through a wall for this team. Rome has already been quoted saying he hates the Packers now. He said every time he sees green, he nearly pukes. This dude will be a fan favorite. Rome Odunze has been one of my favorite players throughout this entire draft process, and my three favorite players in the entire draft that I dreamed to pair up with Caleb Williams were Marvin Harrison Jr., Jackson Powers Johnson, and the Rome Odunze. I did full scouting reports on all three of those guys well over a month ago. Landing Rome Odunze is just a special, special moment. He's a special player, and he might be my favorite pick in Bears history. Being able to land my number 3 overall ranked player in the entire draft at pick number 9 is even better than landing Caleb at pick 1. But getting both in the same year, this draft was just historic for Chicago, and it's still sinking in for me. Also, think about it this way: in a way, Ryan Poles was able to double dip again. It's something I've talked about in the past. I love when Ryan Poles double dips at positions or even groups of players as rookies so they can grow together, motivate each other, and build chemistry. They come into the building together, and I actually believe it helps their growth. He did it year one with two defensive backs. He drafted Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon. Last year, he double dipped twice at defensive tackle and cornerback, drafting Jervon Dexter with Zach Pickens and Tyreek Stevenson with Terrell Smith. This year, while technically he didn't draft two of the same position, we can kind of count Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze as double dipping. Getting your quarterback his number one target and allowing them to grow together and build chemistry from day one is just as important, if not more important, as double dipping at any other one position. Ryan Poles continues to make smart moves and prove he's one of the best up and coming GMs in the National Football League. What he and Ian Cunningham have pulled off in just over 2 years is ridiculous, and it puts our past GMs to absolute shame. This is what a rebuild looks like. Wannabe GMs should study Ryan Poles' moves. This was easily one of the best draft classes in Chicago Bears history and the best I've ever been a part of in my life. Actually, the last 2 years' draft classes stand up as two of the best I've ever seen. Ryan Poles has made it clear he is serious about taking the North and never giving it back. Too many fans have joked about that over the last 2+ years, but I believe the time for jokes are coming to an end, and Ryan Poles is going to have the last laugh. Let me know how you guys are feeling after this crazy weekend. The Bears have brought in 20 new players and as many top 10 picks as they have in the last decade, all in one weekend. I can't believe it, guys. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments. Please remember to hit that like button for me. Stay tuned. I have a ton, I'm talking a ton of content on the way. Remember to hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.